Okay, let's make a start then to the March webinar. So this is for the team. This is for everybody across the team, no matter where you are. And it's our chance to come together and connect once a month and just share some news stories, share what's working well for other people, a little bit of recognition as well. And it's always good to have you guys on the call. So thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. We have a couple of the ladies who've agreed to do a little bit of training tonight as well on the webinar, Susan and Pauline. So if you don't have it already, go grab a pen and paper. Okay, let's kick off then as we would normally do with recognition. And I'm going to start off first off and recognize each and every one of you who's dialed in tonight. You obviously make a commitment to dialing in and timetabling in your diary, and that really is excellent and is very much appreciated by me. Obviously, I put time and effort into putting together schedules and webinar agendas, so it's good to know that is appreciated by you guys, by you dialing in. As with these things, it's only ever what you put into it. What you put into it, you get directly back out. So I'm going to kick off the recognition by recognising Amanda, Angela, Anne-Marie, Audrey, Fiona, Helen, Leslie, Lindsay, Lorraine, Lynn, Marvin, Pam, Pauline, Sophie, Susan, Tara, and Verona, all for dialing in. So thank you. I appreciate your effort. Just know that. Okay, moving swiftly on. Let's have a look. Okay, so February recognition. So we have Angela Volpe, top of the pile, again, second month running. So this is across all the consultants. Well done, Angela. Another month over 1,000 PV, so which means you'll be hitting at 28% on that one. Hot on your heels, though, Marvin McDonald. Well done, Mrs. McDonald. 1,008, well done you. Pam in third place with 720. And Paul just pipped at 719. So just the 1 unit of the difference there. And delighted to see Emma Vincent in at 488 there in fifth place. So well done to you guys. That's fantastic. Okay. I'm going to click on and point out, just to point out as well, as you know, so as a reminder, once you go over 1,000 PV, that is when you are up into the 28%. So you get paid your flat 25% and then a 3% bonus on top of that. Okay. That is one of the things I love about the career plan. It does reward those who actually go out and sell. Okay. And so in other organizations, you get to a certain point in your commission and it doesn't go any further until you start actually growing a team, developing leaders, etc. I like the fact that MSK just rewards those who want to go out and sell, and that's fantastic. Okay, so always be aware of what your PV is for the month. Okay, if you don't know where to find that, if you go into my downline and then consultants report, okay, you will see a list there, and your name will be top. If you have a team, the rest of the team will be under you, underneath that. But your name should be up there, and if you scroll across, you will see that first column is your PV for this month. Okay, the second and third columns are only of relevance if you have a team, and then in the fourth column it'll be your PV for the previous month. Okay, if anybody is interested in finding out how you go about seeing your PV for other months, I'll happily put something in place and help you guys with that. Okay. So well done to these ladies and Paul as well. So good lad. Okay, moving on then. Looking at the leaders. Susan is top of the pile with 2,795, which is a fantastic amount. Well done, Susan. And I think at the moment, Fiona Joseph had sales over 3,500 in November. So that is the highest record yet for anyone in the team. So Fiona holds that record. It won't be long, I think, before Susan is kicking at the heels of that. Pauline comes in at 1,742. Well done, Pauline. Fiona is in 1,506. I did 1,311, and Verona was next with 1,148. So for those of you who are in Susan's, Pauline's team, etc., know that your leaders are out there doing it. That is really, it's a strong message to say that the shows are out there, the tastings are out there, the sales are there. And it's there if you want it. You just need to just go it and go and grab it. Next for the recognition, who's been sponsoring? Who's been adding new people to the team? Well, first off, in the month of February, Marvin MacDonald added Yvonne Shepherd to the team, so well done to you, Marvin. So that's you featuring on the recognition for the sales and also for the sponsoring. Tara O'Hagan added the delightful Lavinia, who has been up and running already and had first tasting done. Paul as well, not only featuring in the sales but also in the sponsoring, has introduced Maria Tyler-Marr to the team as well. So well done, Paul, and a very warm welcome to Maria as well. And in the start of the month, I introduced a lovely lady by the name of Emma Thompson to the team, and she is down in England, down near just outside London. So okay, so well done to you guys, and good to see your names in light, and congratulations to you for the effort you're putting in. I grew up with an ethic of hard work has its rewards, so I hope you're enjoying yours. Okay, what I'd like to say as well is just going back a page, looking at the leaders, those who made the top 5. When I was in Australia, I managed to pick up some of the little cookbooks that are going out with all new packs, all new kits that are going out. There's a little cookbook, so I managed to pick up a few of those. So Susan, Pauline, Fiona and Verona all received one in recognition of what the support they've given me as well over the last few months, and also as well to recognise the fact that they are the leaders and they are topping the polls when it comes to recognition as well for sales. So well done to you ladies, but I just wanted to say thank you from me, and enjoy your little cookbooks. Susan's saying she loves her new cookbook. That's great. I'm really glad you do. Okay, right, so where were we? We were looking at recognition. Okay, this is very, very simple drawing, is one that I really, really enjoy. And it's all about looking at how you perceive your comfort zone. Comfort zones are there to keep you safe and secure. Okay, they're there to make you feel like you're able to work within your own parameters. I'm just going to tell you a little story. I was out cycling with my son Finn on, what day was it? Saturday. And Finn, sometimes we have a falling out because he thinks I push him too hard. And I had a conversation with him, and I said that as his mother, I had a very strong sense of responsibility and duty as to what I do, and with regards to teaching him things. And I was trying to explain to him that when there'll be times when he needs love and attention and cuddles, and that's my job to provide that. There will be times when I need to teach him the difference between right and wrong, and that may involve me giving him a row. Okay. Another time as well is I was trying to explain to him that what a key part of it all as well is, as a parent, is to push him outside of his comfort zone. We all, a lot of the time, place our own limitations on ourselves, and quite often we have to step outside of our comfort zone. Okay, but oftentimes we don't, because we just let our comfort zones kind of confine us. So I was trying to explain to him, and I think he got it, that my job is to push him outside of his comfort zone sometimes, and he doesn't necessarily like it, and I don't need him to like it really, but it's my job. The thing is, guys, it's my job as well as your leader to encourage you guys. Now, obviously, I'm not going to push you anywhere, but to encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and try and see what it is you can achieve. And so in this instance, what I have asked, what I'm going to instill here is each month I'm going to have the Comfort Zone Avoidance Award. So this will be awarded each month where appropriate, and it's just stories I've heard of somebody who's done something above and beyond, who's gone outside their comfort zone and really challenged themselves in something new. Excuse me. Apologies, ladies and gents. Not what you want. I don't even have a drink of water with me. How remiss of me. Okay, so the Comfort Zone Avoidance Award. And this month, the Comfort Zone Avoidance Award is going to be given to the lovely Verona Peace. And let me tell you why. Verona decided that she was going to do a show by Skype. Verona comes from the beautiful islands of Orkney, and Verona sent up some spices to sachets to her family, and I guess I'll ask her to explain it, but got them to prep it all, and then via Skype did a tasting. So at this point, Verona, where are you, darling? I am removing your mute button. And would you like to, well, congratulations. The Comfort Zone Avoidance Award for February is yours.
Thank you.
So well done. And can you tell us a little bit about what brought about the Skype tasting? You there, Verona?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I decided that I needed to get some of my family, some of my friends up in the island that I'm from, kind of my Facebook page.
Okay, Verona, can I just stop there for a second?
One of the girls up there, if she would. Yeah.
Sorry, love. Can I just ask? Do you have Skype or Facebook or anything open other than? Because it will help your signal if you close down anything you else have open other than this.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Spotify, that's what my big problem is.
Spotify will chew up a lot of your, yeah.
Because I was singing.
Okay, that's sounding clearer already.
Is that a wee bit better? Skype doesn't want to disappear. What's wrong with Skype? That's good. Oh, it's gone now. Okay, is that better?
Thank you. Go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my friends and family up the road are following me on my Facebook page and things like that, and they were really quite interested in tasting things, but I'm not going to be up there until at least kind of July, August time. So I thought, how can I do this? Basically got myself my wee bags, and quad things, and put a bit of a laugh because I had no packing. And I wrote a big sheet of paper of what she had to do. We kind of kept in touch, and she basically she did great. She made it all up, invited about 25 people, 11 people turned up, and we got that. I chatted, just kind of giving them a wee rendition of what we're all about, and I just kept questions, and I was giving them bits and pieces during the whole time. Then gave them their Carrie was kind of dishing out bits and pieces, and it went really, really well. So it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The fact that I wasn't going to be in control, so to speak, kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I got there. And basically they loved it. They absolutely loved it. They've been coming and giving me lots of private messages and saying how fantastic it is, thank you very much, blah blah blah. I'm sitting at just under £300 of sales at the moment. For sitting with my jammies on and a nice top on the top, so you can see me, but I have my jammy bottoms on, and that was it. It was just brilliant, really, really good. Thoroughly, I think everybody should give it a shot. Because we can't get to everybody, but this way we can.
That is excellent. I would actively encourage everyone on this call to have a think. Who could you do that with? It doesn't have to be in the UK. Have a think. Seriously, have a think. Who can you think that you could do this with? And then just have some fun with it and just see how hard can it be. So I think that's a great opportunity. Well done, Verona. I thought it was a fantastic...
I can see you're talking, but I can't actually hear you. Oh.
Okay. I just want to, just say well done and congratulations on really stepping outside that comfort zone. Okay. So,
and then send in the box of catalogues, and I sent off a few bits and pieces up there. £6 to.
Sorry, say that again, Verona.
No, sorry, I just sent about half a dozen catalogues, some printouts. I think with the wee spices and things, I think it cost me about £6 with my Hermes, whatever they're called, and it was there within a week. No problem at all. So I mean, you know, good reward for not a lot of output.
Brilliant. Okay, and you don't even have, and it's going to be cheaper. The £6 postage is way cheaper than any petrol you'll spend getting there.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great. All right, Verona, seriously, thank you for that input. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
Right, okay, so moving on then, what we're going to talk about next is we have our first training topic, and I've asked Susan just to talk for 5 or 10 minutes just on how she has a strong diary, and also as well thinking about if you're sitting here thinking, right, I want my diary to be stronger, what could you do? Okay, so Susan, I'm just endeavouring to, yeah, oh, come on. Okay, Susan, you're unmuted just now. So can you hear me? Susan?
Yeah, it keeps cutting out, but hopefully. You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
People can. Now it's not a good.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you want to see if you can close down any other windows? It normally helps.
Not brilliant. There's nothing else that's open.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, no problem.
Can anybody else hear me? I assume they can. Right.
Okay, go for it, Susan.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I think other people are messaging to say that they can hear you fine.
Right, okay. Lovely. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I do apologise, first of all, if you've heard it all before, but obviously I've come from Pampered Chef and bookings was my thing, and obviously, you know, I'm doing much the same as when I was with the Pampered Chef. But bookings during the show, I always have my visuals, and one of them is just an A5 perspex, and inside it says, my host received, and I've popped 30 and it's just a visual. Remember, chef show. Gosh, didn't you get that much for free? So I think it's quite a powerful one. I also have now started to sort of flash the host pack, which you've perhaps done before anyway. But the host pack has got your show planner in. It might not be called that. And I do sort of remind everybody, if you'd like to book a party, things like having when you walk in the door, you haven't got too many bags when you arrive, so the host, so people don't think you bring in the kitchen sink and would they want that in there kind of thing. And another flyer as well that I used to use within the Pampered Chef used to say, fancy a chocolate party, and people used to come up to me and say, I'd like to book a chocolate party. Well, you can do that with My Secret Kitchen. We can just do lots of chocolatey things. So they're my visuals that I tend to have on display, and I make sure that I do as many booking bids as possible. I feel that they've slipped, but that's because I'm learning a new job and new products, and things are different. And yeah, I think they are different, Pampered Chef and My Secret Kitchen. I think your booking bids are different. Just many a thing is different between the two. So I am learning something new. But any part of a party, I will at the start and tell the guests where you met her. The past host is probably there as well, and I just remind everybody how much the past host earned for free. Now, obviously, we're still going through the transition of Pampered Chef shows to My Secret Kitchen, and I haven't actually done a My Secret Kitchen. My say, my party last night, she received £40 worth of freebies. You know, so I always talk about that. And what else was I going to say? And I always mention the 3 ways to get hold of your products at the start of a party, and one is to host a show, and for the sake of spending anything from a £5, they'll receive £30 to £40 worth of freebies. So again, you're mentioning that again. And the freebies, it doesn't have to literally be a £300, £400 party for 10% sales. Don't forget that will include your half price items, your 70% off as well. I just make sure that I do repeat those words, because not everybody hears you the first time. Ask everybody at a party if they would like one. Don't assume that they don't. Don't assume people are going to ask you at the end. You do have to ask everybody, and you just ask them, just like you're asking them if they'd like a cup of tea. It's that simple. So obviously, when you say there's host a party, obviously I'm not in. So booking bids as you're demonstrating and nibbling away. You could say, if you love a lot of these balsamics, if you love 3 or 4 balsamics, why don't you have a party and get some of them for free? I always say, if you book a party, and I love lovely host tonight, so choice food, which wasn't natural to me with my to do with any of the products. So I'm learning. Also, I'm meeting past guests now, and that's lovely, because they're selling, and you sort of look at them and go, really, you can do that with that? So, you know, if you love this evening and you want to get your friends round, we can do some theme parties like cocktails and canapes, curry evening, chocolate party, pizza night. Get them booked in your diary, and then ring Sharon and say, what shall I cook? That's what I would do anyway. No, but you know, it's getting those themes parties across, and that it's not just what you've prepared this evening. And what else? Another thing I do as well is pass around a cookbook, and I bought the 4 ingredients one, and I've got a little one that Sharon's kindly posted to me, which is lovely. It's like the season's best from Pampered Chef, that size. But also your flavour round, especially the cake, so you can pass around those at a show. That's tempting as well. Food. Closing the show, I always hold up the order form at the end, and I explain how you'd like them to fill it in. And if they'd like a party, get them to write party at the top of the order form and the month they'd like. To check out a date that suits you, and you think, I want April, an idea that they want a party, but you've still got to ask everybody if they want a party. Even if they give you, you know, a blank order form, they're not ordering, you need to say to them, would you like a party? And you can say it in as many words as you want. Would you like a party? Would you like a show? Do you fancy one of my chocolate parties? Have you enjoyed this evening? Do you fancy some freebies? I don't go off in a separate room and do checkout. I'm literally in the same room, and I don't care that I asked 12 people all in a row if they'd like a party. If they say no, I say, are you sure? And if they pause and then they say no, I say, oh, you sound like you were interested. But you have got to ask everybody. And I can remember years ago asking 12 people, and on the 13th person, because she was a little bit older, I thought, do you know what, I really can't be asked. to ask this last person, and she said to me, "You didn't ask me if I'd like a party," and I went, "Oh, I like a party. Don't assume. Just like, would you like a cup of tea?" So after a party, some customers do say, "Can you give me a ring?" And you really can't commit to that date at a party. I just write at the top of the order form, "Ring them week commencing such order." I staple that, ring them, tie up any loose ends, and when I'm finalising the host, I always ask book, "Shall we book another party in 6 months' time?" And sort of now I'm saying, "Shall we book a October, November party? We could do sort of a Halloween bonfire theme, we could do a Christmas theme," and just get that variety there. But honestly, just ask everybody if they want a party, because that's what you need to do. Just do it. I hope that's helped, Sharon. Oh, you are there, aren't you?
I am there. Sorry, Susan, I'd muted myself out just in case it was interrupting. But no, thank you. That is great. You have so many top tips, and I think it's what you're saying there is it's not just the same as kind of what we used to do before. And I'm like you. I've very much I'm still not 100% in my groove yet of all the words choices I want to use for bookings.
No.
No. So yeah, just what I would strongly advise everybody is when you're out at your tastings, think to yourself, right, what words am I using at a tasting to encourage a booking? Am I doing visuals? Remember we used to do a pylon? Well, maybe we could do that. You know, make sure your last host takes a picture of all that she got as part of her host gift or host benefits and post it onto your team page. And not your team page, but your own business page, just so you're advertising what hosts get. And again, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, right, well, I don't have any dates in my diary, or I don't have enough dates in my diary, it is just a question of speaking to people in various different places that we go and saying how pleased you are with your new venture, how excited you are about getting it off the ground this spring, and not being afraid of saying to people, "I'd really love it if you were part of this launch," because any business, it does take a while to launch it. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, right, I need to add more dates in my diary, just think, who can I speak to about this? Currently, what I'm doing is I'm going around talking to mums and toddler groups at different church halls when they meet, so trying to basically trying to get a new audience, so to speak, because I don't know that many people who are of that age with having young children, so I thought that might be a new avenue as well. Also as well, think about the fundraising side of things. Okay, if you haven't listened to the fundraising webinar, do. There's also a booking webinar there, a recent one, so that's been recently uploaded. So again, that's the difference with MSK, is the fact that all the training lies in your hands. No leader is going to force you or say you must listen to this, you have to do this. Okay, this is in everybody's hands, and it's just a question of scheduling the time, and as if if you're on a training course at work, or some of you may have office jobs where you dial into work webinars. Okay, so thank you, Susan. That was great. Okay, so following on from that, another way I know somebody else has helped use this. I've asked Pauline Rae to talk about fairs and events. I love the photo, Pauline. I thought you'd like that too. I can hear her furiously typing away. So Pauline, where are you, darling? Okay, I've taken you off mute, Pauline. So I'd ask Pauline to say a few words on how she's used fairs and events to boost her business and to really build it up. Okay, Pauline, do you want to take off then?
Good evening, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, darling.
Perfect. I've not got that hat on tonight, but thanks very much for that photograph. I've been doing a lot of tabletops. It was always something I really shied away with before from the previous business, because people used to avoid me or wouldn't come up and talk to me, and I didn't always get an awful lot back from it. So I had done this, sold every single signed up a team member and got a booking that happened in January out of it. And I've been doing more since the beginning of this year. And I'm not doing huge big ones. So for this year, group, in there, they were having a guides per table, went down and set up, and like everybody else seems to be doing, had some stock to sell, and it was a very quiet event. There wasn't an awful lot of people there, but I was by far the busiest stall. People came up, they had a taste, they went away, and they dragged back people to my stall. In an hour and a half, I got £70 of sales. The guides themselves want me to do a fundraiser for them, and one of the women on the other stalls who does Body Shop wants me to do a tasting for her after Easter. So I'm getting quite a lot of good return from them. I'm also doing a local market on a monthly basis, which is only £20 for the afternoon. And I'm generally getting sales at that, and my last one, as well as getting sales, I got another further 2 bookings for tabletops, one for the end of this month and another one centre, and will have quite a big footfall in it. And since then, because I go to that market and advertise that I go and communicating on all the pages about it, somebody contacted me through my Facebook page as well, asked me if our products are gluten-free, and it started a conversation to meet a local from shop, and they're talking about having small, intimate, either weekly or bi-weekly small markets from their shop in Dunfermline, where I am. So I'm finding these events are really quite good for finding other events to do, because I don't have a diary like Susan Nicholls. I would love a diary like Susan Nicholls, but people don't know what the products are that we do. And I'm finding that this is a really good way to promote what we've got, and let people taste it, because I think once they taste it, it sells itself. You know, like Verona with our Skype call, she didn't even need to be there, and I think it's when people taste it, then they realise how good it is. So it's just a fact of giving them as much of a taste and an opportunity to get out there as much as possible. So I'm doing all these little small events, you know, £10, £20. You don't need to spend an absolute people for recommendations. I've also got I'm in at the Royal Bank of Scotland at their market. They have a market street there, and I'm looking to get into some other businesses as well. So that help?
Yeah, thank you, Pauline. That was really good. I think a lot of us get a bit overwhelmed by the idea of doing these large-scale events, and I don't think it's that much to sometimes just try it out and see. You don't necessarily even have to have stock if you don't want to. Just have 1 or 2 items of whatever products you want. Pauline, Susan's asked the question, does Pauline take her stock to sell there?
Yes, I do. I built up quite a bit of stock, so I reinvested some money by selling off some stock that I had, and used it to buy some My Secret Kitchen products. So I do take stock with me.
How many would you take of each, roughly?
This is what I'm trying to figure out myself, to be honest, and trying to figure out what the best thing to take is. At the one at Dalgety Bay, I sold out of one of the products that I had because I sold 4 of the same thing, which is what I had, was one of the things I had for taste. But I would probably not have any more than about 4 of each thing, and I'm trying to only do a taste of the things that I have the most of.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And do it that way. When I started, I kind of got caught out by, I think the very first one that Vicky and I did, we had stuff for tasting that we didn't have a lot of stock of because we didn't have a lot of stock.
Yeah.
And then we went, right, okay. In future, always make sure we have stock of whatever it is we're having out to taste.
Okay.
Because some of the stuff I've only got 1 or 2 of.
Yeah. Okay. Because they pretty much buy what they're sampling, I guess, most of the time. Susan has another question. She says, would you buy stock as a consultant, or do you put it through as a party to get the extra freebies?
Absolutely.
The latter.
Yeah. I only heard one option there, but I've been putting through. Well, a lot of the things that I did before Christmas were all home tastings. I did lots of sort of launches from home, lots of small tastings during the day and the evening. So they were all me as host. So I took all the host benefits. I always tried to do the £3 dip mix and take the host credit and stuff like that. So some of it I've used to fill up my own cupboards, and the rest I'm just building up some stock with. So the sales I did out of the ones last month, I then just reinvested that to buy more stock.
And Pam's asking, do you bring along other stock that people can have a sniff of type thing? That you can have a smell of it, but without actually doing a taste? Or is it predominantly the stuff
stuff that I do? What have I been taking? In there I had 2 oils and 2 vinegars to taste. I had 3 dip mixes made up. I had 2 chocolate powders to taste and flavoured sugar.
Okay.
And I sold spice blends without anybody even opening them.
All right. Okay. Cool. I remember there's a post there that Fiona Joseph had. Fiona, you remember you'd bought those little tiny wee pots, and you'd like a tablespoon in each one, and they're all labelled up. So if anybody wants to have a sniff of anything you didn't have, it sounds really weird, doesn't it? Having a sniff of this, sniff of that. Hold on, Leslie. Oh, the questions are coming in thick and fast here. Leslie says, I take everything I have open in a bag under the table so people can have a sniff of what they like. Also as well, remember, is you can say to people, they have a chance to taste that, when you could say, well, no, but host a tasting and we'll make sure we get that in. So can I ask, this is my question, so have you a lot of leads then of people to follow up that weren't firm bookings on the day but are kind of follow-up leads?
I do have a few, yeah. It's mostly fundraisers and tabletops that I've been getting out of it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Verona, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Is that because she talked about the spice blends, or just because they sounded good? I'm not quite sure what that's in relation to. Sorry, there's a flurry of questions there. Also, as well, to point out, towards the end of every month, you'll notice that in the consultant cart, this is in relation to what Susan was asking earlier about, do you buy it as consultant stock?
So silent here.
Can you hear me now? Okay. What I'm saying is that in relation to the question.
I generally do it as a party.
Yeah, but do you ever use that kind of bulk up your business or bulk up your bonus, BUYB they call it, and that comes online normally towards the end of the month. What that is, you get to buy.
I did do that this month.
Yeah, you get to buy 5 for the price of 4 of various things that they put on. Okay, so a load of useful things there. So go out, stallfinder.co.uk is a website you can use to find out what's going on locally. Keep an eye out in your local press about school fairs and fetes. You can, there could be little small farmers markets. Everybody's saying the sound is gone. I'm afraid there's absolutely nothing else I have open. Okay. Well, I'll just keep going and hopefully this will re-establish. Yeah. So just challenge you to see if you can find a stall or something near you. Okay, Pauline, thank you for that. That was really, really useful. Okay, right. So moving on then. Okay, so if you remember, who remembers February Bingo? Give me a wave. Give me a hand up if you remember February Bingo. Yay, good, excellent, lovely. All those hands going up, superb. And many of you submitted your dates and your host, and I said that this is what I would be doing. So the winners, okay, so who's come out for our herbs and spices? First off, Laura Harkin. Well done, Laura. Jeannie's show on the 15th of February was your show, so well done to Laura. Next we have Shehan Slavin from Pauline's team. Shehan had a home show on the 28th, so she came out on that one. Next, Pauline herself did a tabletop on the 28th, so the tabletops do count. So that's excellent. Well done, Pauline. And next we have Marvin MacDonald, also on the call. Well done. Shauna's show on the 20th was yours. And then next after that, Fiona Joseph did a show on the 28th. Now I hope you noticed that what I did was there were when there was days when there were duplicates as well, they still counted, okay? And also as well, I kind of load them towards the end of the month as well. But we do have another one as well, and that was, yeah, Marvin MacDonald came out again, Cromarty Fair, the 12th. So that's excellent. Well done to Marvin for coming out twice. And what I'll do is some products will be sent to you. Fiona, Pauline, Shehan and Laura, hopefully we'll see you at the different meetings. I know, Fiona, I'll see you down in York next Thursday. And Pauline, Shehan and Laura, I'm hoping to see you guys on Wednesday night for the team meeting. And you'll be able to pick up your prizes then. Okay? Fabidues. Okay, so well done. Okay. Did you like that promotion? I'd like to hear what you thought of it. Is it something you thought was a fun thing to do? Do you like getting freebies? With regards to incentives and stuff like that, I'm happy to use some of the products I have here as incentives. So do let me know what interests you, and we'll take it from there. So if it's something that pushes your buttons, let me know. If it's not, if you're a bit meh about it, let me know that too, okay? Because obviously there's no point in me doing it otherwise. Okay, just to let you know, just as a recap, I am on the road as of Monday, but before I leave this Wednesday, excuse me, on Wednesday, there's a meeting in Edinburgh, my house, 7:30 start, and that will cover anybody from the Central Belt. After that, on Monday, I'm meeting Leslie Marriott near Warrington in the afternoon. Leslie, I was just wondering, are you okay if we move it to 3:30? I'm just looking at timings. 3:30 would probably work best. Okay, you've put your hand up. I assume you're okay with that. Okay, thank you, Danny. So anybody else near Warrington that can't make the evening, you're very welcome to come along to that one. Next, we're not quite sure where. Myself and Michaela are trying to sort out a venue, but somewhere in and near Ormskirk that evening. Okay, probably a 7:30 start. Next, we will have on the Tuesday near Swindon and heading south. Okay, so a lot of the girls down that way and the guys down that way will have an opportunity Tuesday the 15th in the morning. I do have an afternoon free, so if you can't make the morning and you do want to come in the afternoon, again, let me know. Okay. Leicester, we're going to Susan's house, Casa Susie, on Wednesday the 16th. I think we said a 12 o'clock start, Susan. So give me a hand up if you're happy with it. I think that's what we said. Susan is working to get some. That's great. Thanks, Susan. Susan is working at getting people along to that from her area. So anybody, and again, guests are welcome. Do let me know. We're going to be in York, venue still to be decided again on this one. So it's Thursday the 17th. We're going to look for a 12 noon start, get people finished by kind of 2, half 2 in time to get back for kids pickup. And then if they're at school. And then on the Thursday night, we have a meeting in Goole. Now, Sarah, I know you're on the call as well, and Fiona, and that's Fiona, Sally Ann as well. And so we're hoping to have a lot of the team along from there. So I've booked the Courtyard, which is a meeting room venue in Goole. Okay, and the plan is I'll bring along the 3 products, okay, the new products, okay, there as well. So where we have an opportunity at all, you get a chance to taste them, and I will work hard to ensure that. So watch this space. I will I'll let you know as soon as we get venues organised, so do let us know. Please, for the leaders that are on the team, can you make every effort to make sure we have team there? You know, if this is a success and we get to see a lot of people on the way, I'll repeat this again in kind of May, June time. So this, by the time with petrol, accommodation, food, etc., it's probably going to cost me between 350 and 450 quid. So I really would appreciate if you guys could help me, and anybody here who's on the call as well, if you can get along to any of the meetings, please do. They're there to help you, support you, train you, guide you, and that's my job. But unfortunately, until we actually make that connection, I can't help you. So where you can, please do come along, okay? All right. So just to finish up, any of the news, right? We have dates for road shows in April with Colleen, and also as well, who's also dialing in on them, not dialing in, but coming along to them is Melissa Roberts, who's frontline to the company. Melissa's quite an inspirational lady, has a lot of stories to tell. The Birmingham date, these are provisional at the moment, but as things stand, the Birmingham date is the 24th of April, 2 to 5. The Norwich, we're in Norwich on the 25th. When I say we, I won't be, but Norwich is the 25th of April, 6 till 9. Manchester on the 26th, 6 till 9 in the evening. Edinburgh will be the 28th, 6 till 9. And Belfast is the 30th, 2 till 5 in the afternoon. So it's worth bearing that in mind if you have any guests that you want to invite along as well, and they can go along to any of these ones at all. So if you know people who are interested in finding out more, get them along to any of those. Likewise as well, this is just the UK dates. Be aware of the fact that there are dates out there for Canada, New Zealand, America, the whole shooting match. So if you want to get people there, they can go to anyone they want. Also as well, you should by now have noticed that there's a news flash page on Facebook that has been set up. That will be announcements only. There is no space for commenting. So if you're looking for any information, you don't have to trawl through somebody asking where's our order. There's the news flash page will be all current information. So if you haven't sought that out or found it, so if you search for it, I think it's Yaya/MSK space newsflash. So if you look for that group and a request to join it, that would be great. Okay, I mentioned it on the webinar after Australia, but there's an efficiency review being conducted at the moment in Australia by a guy called Chad Seastrand. He's over there visiting and doing a lot of work to make sure that we are working as slickly and as efficiently as possible. And he has come up with, so far already, he's come up with quite a lot of changes, which are just tweaks. There's nothing massively broken, he says, but it's just tweaks that will help really streamline how we operate within the warehouse in the UK and in Australia, which is going to have a knock-on effect to delivery times and how we get orders here as well, which is great, and I'm sure no doubt every one of us will welcome that. So February was bingo. March, I thought we'd do a little recipe sharing competition. And again, this is open to everybody. And the recipe, just basically, if you have tried a recipe and MSK'd it up or even created one yourself, please pop it up there, okay? We will, what I'll be doing is anybody who shares a recipe with full instructions and cooking instructions and ingredients, etc., you'll go into a draw. I'll be keeping a note of them over the month here, and I'll be doing some draws for some products as well. Again, the number of products drawn will be dependent on the number of recipes shared. Okay, so that's something that's open to everybody, no matter whether or not you've done no tastings, done your first tasting, or you're up to 20 or 30 tastings already. Everybody welcome on that one. Also bear in mind as well that I'm on the development group for the freezer fill, so if there's any recipes that kind of grab my attention, you never know, you could be one of the celebrity consultants who get a recipe added to the freezer meal workshops, which would be pretty cool, really. Okay, so we've gone on a little beyond what I wanted to do, but my last point here that I wanted to talk about was the team support and the difference in culture from what we may or may not have otherwise known. As leaders, we're not going to be kind of shoving stuff down your neck, so to speak. We're not going to be pushing you, and we're not going to be hounding you to get bookings and tastings in your diary. It's very much up to you as to how you want to play it. Okay, so the webinars are there. Obviously, we'll actively encourage people to dial on the webinars. We have the regular meetings from time to time. I'm thinking of doing another freezer fill up in Edinburgh. If anybody, if there's enough of an interest, we'll put a date in the diary and do that as a team. And also as well, you know, like I said, the training is there, and it's very much led by yourselves and what you want out of it. Okay. I would actively encourage each of you to talk to your upline or to me. I'm absolutely fine to speak to anybody who wants to, and make sure you have regular communication with them. Communication is a two-way thing, okay, and we don't always want to be the ones caught making phone calls or saying, right, okay, how can I help type thing. So do try yourselves to grab it and just say, right, okay, this is how I'm going to run with it. If you have goals, share them with your leader, share them with me, and I'm more than happy to work with anybody to achieve any goal they want. So I think many of us came from a previous organisation whereby we were spoon-fed a lot of the time, and I did a lot of spoon-feeding. So this is quite new and quite different, and it's a bit of a change for people as well. So do bear that in mind. And if you want to discuss it more, I'm more than happy to do so with anybody. Okay. So I'm going to finish on this quote. A ship in a harbour is safe, but that's not what ships were built for. Okay. Many of us ordered up kits, and with ideas as to what we're going to do with these kits, and those kits are the ships in essence, and until we take them out and actually do something with them other than just cooking with the tea, then the cooking for the tea is fine. But the thing is, you know, talk to friends and family, see if there's people who want to, you know, if that is what you want to do, just share to friends and family, that's fine, no problem at all, if you just want to take orders from them. But you know, trying a home tasting, I'm still quite shocked by the number of people who haven't tried a home tasting yet. They are so easy. I did one a week past Sunday. My son Finn came along. I arrived at 10 to 12. We started at 10 past 12. And I was done and dusted and out the door by 10 to 2. And it was, I think, about 380 in sales. And I got 2 bookings out of it. And if you want bang for your buck, I have to say, you're getting it here. No washing up, took everything home. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So have a think about that one. A ship in a harbour is indeed very safe, but you know, in essence, that's not what ships are actually built for. Okay, given the lateness of the hour, what I will do is bid you good night. If anybody has any questions from this at this point, could I suggest that you either message me with them privately if you wanted to, or stick them up on the team page, and then I can answer them there. Okay. I do apologise for running over, scheduling on my part, and also as well, I think reception-wise hasn't been the greatest. But thank you to Pauline and to Susan for agreeing to do a small piece, and also to Verona for her interaction with regards to her Skype show. Okay, you guys are fab. Thank you for taking the time. and I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. Good night. Cheers for now.